PrymalChaos.
Hey guys, PrymalChaos here. Welcome to the channel. So the more astute viewers among you probably noticed I haven't been uploading as much lately. That's due to burnout, essentially. At the end of the day, I could come up with a long story, but essentially I made over 320 videos or something like that, and the workload was just cutting into my life too much, and I found that I wasn't doing anything of my own creative as opposed to, just enjoying other people's creativity. And so I've decided to dial back production of the channel somewhat. But with that out of the way, lately the last sort of 3 videos I've done have been things that I feel like I was going to connect with emotionally, because I feel like those videos tend to be the ones that I really connect the audience with, because I'm old and I'm falling apart, and so I get emotionally invested in things, and people tend to like that. But today I'm throwing all that out the window because I just want to party, right? And I feel like the only party in town is always The Warning, right? Every time I've done any of their stuff, their music's always booted me in the ass, and it's just made me want to just rock out. And so that's what I'm feeling like today. And so hopefully, I noticed that they've just released something. I've been out in the wilderness for a long time, and I've come back to sort of check in on The Warning. It's been probably well over a year, maybe 2 that I can think of. I came back, and sure enough, they released something 2 weeks ago. Super excited about it. I really hope it's something punchy. If I jumped in and it was some sort of ballad, I'd be very upset. So anyway, without further ado, talked long enough. Let's jump right in. The Warning, 6 Feet Deep. Oh yeah, okay, that's ominous. Who remembers VHS? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Come on. Oh, they love pulling into that halftime.
What if I'm selfish? Everyone else is. You're not a product of God, quit telling yourself this. But it's expected, cause you always come back over and over again. Lost your head, out of pretending. Digging your grave, is that what you were intending? Lethal injection, yeah, you always come back over and over again.
Hang on. We're just about to go into the chorus, and I wanted to lose momentum, so I'm going to jump back, but I thought I saw something there.
Come back over and over again. You always lethal.
Is that? I'm just looking at these figurines on top of the TV. Is that supposed to be them? If so, that would be really badass. Anyway, let's jump. I'm going to jump back a little bit because I want to get in the vibe before we get in the chorus.
Come back over and over again. Lost your head, out of pretending. Digging your grave, is that what you were intending? Lethal injection, yeah, you always come back over and over again. What you gonna say when you're choking on my name? 'Cause it's over. 6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground. Got you figured out. Give me over now, 'cause it's over. 6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground.
All right, just before the next verse comes in, I got some things to talk about. So first of all, yes, this is exactly what I was hoping it would be. Dude, they're just the masters of just coming up with really original and interesting guitar riffs, and they love sort of just railing it for like the first section of it and then falling back into like a halftime groove, which is just their bread and butter. It always sounds so good. Not in the least due to the fact that Ali, her bottom end sound, like it's just so pristine and clear, but so articulate, and it just has just the right amount of bottom end. Whoever's mixing it, chef's kiss. But this is really cool. Like so far, I'm not 100% sure what the concept, the narrative of the video is, but if I was to take a guess, it's interesting because they introduced, I think it was, first of all, it was like, I'm guessing a younger version of Pow, because it sort of shows the little girl playing drums with the and all the Guitar Hero stuff around the room. And then it cuts to power and there's this resemblance. And then you see a little girl playing bass. I'm not even sure if it's the same girl, but that would embody Ali. You know, and their instruments are kind of, it's like a dream where they're always trying to do stuff, but it gets taken away. Like the drum kit gets strewn in the corner, or the bass is being ripped out of her hands by some ghostly figure. And it's supposed to be this tropey kind of horror theme, right? Like Paranormal Activity sort of thing. But I think it's a giant allegory for possible, and again, I could be projecting, I don't know. But to me, it feels like it's an allegory for them coming up as young women in the world of rock and roll, right? Where at every turn, there's going to be somebody who's trying to take the dream away from you. And then again, when the knife carves into the wall, literally shut up, you know, is it kind of like, you know, like the whole shut up and sing sort of thing, or like even shut up, your voice isn't valid in the rock world because you're a woman or something, you know? And look, I'm not going to sit here and say I believe The Warning aren't a band that, you know, crosses genres and is loved universally by anybody who likes rock and roll. I don't think they probably sort of come face to face with an insurmountable amount of like anti-female aggression, but it's always going to be present. There's always going to be someone there, particularly as young women coming up, you know, prior to maybe their videos starting to go viral, like the early days and stuff like that. Maybe there was a lot of people telling them, why are you doing this? Why are you playing rock and roll? You're a girl, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, even today, I'm sure they've probably read on forums someone going, oh, they're just a bunch of chicks, you know? And that could be, I mean, I would assume that would be so disheartening, you know? And then, of course, they probably have the problem of, let's face facts, they're three very attractive young women. I think it must be tough when, you know, so much is made of your appearance and the fact that you're female and all this, when that's only one tiny facet of what's engaging and interesting about The Warning, right? They're just good. The music speaks for itself. And imagine if you're just wanting to speak your mind and to put your art out there, and all anybody wants to talk about is what you look like and what gender you are, you know? So it could, I think the angst that drives this song is maybe just a little bit of dissatisfaction of being a female in the rock industry, maybe. I don't know. It's all allegory. It's up to speculation. Hit me up in the comments. What's your take on it? I've talked way too long. Let's jump right back. We'll go back through that chorus and then we'll go through the rest.
Yeah, you always come back over and over. Yeah, what you gonna say when you're choking on my name? 'Cause it's
Great melody, man.
6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground. Got you figured out, can't get any over now. 'Cause it's over.
It's so singable too.
6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground. Prodigal son, yeah, I know you felt this. Feeding your pride, put your ego where your mouth is. It's countless
Great line.
how many times you pushed me over again, but it's way too late. Never lied.
Oh, it's nice how it kicked into gear there, right?
Such a bitter taste, what a shame. Yeah, what you gonna say when you're choking on my name? 'Cause it's over. 6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground. Got you figured out, can't get any over now. 'Cause it's over. 6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you on the ground. We're all seeing black now. Need your maker and bow down.
Oh, cool.
But you pray till you got till you chewed up a spine.
Up, 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 up. I want to just hear that middle eight one more time. I just love how smoothly it sort of transitions into that middle eight, which is, again, the chords aren't unpredictable, but the riffs are kind of unique and interesting. So you sort of almost hear it coming, but then, you know, they're always around every turn. There's always some little idiosyncratic surprise with The Warning that always makes you go, oh, that was cool, you know? And that's what makes songs classic. It makes them listenable. Having, you know, I mean, if you wanted to write a list of the things to make a great rock song, you've got singable chorus, right? Complex, interesting, but not overwhelming verses. You don't want them to be more powerful than the chorus, right? Even though in this song, they dial it back to like a slower feel, like a straight four on the floor kind of rock chorus. And you want surprises, you want interesting, but you also want to feel like you've heard the song before. So you have to stay with classical concepts, you know, as far as rock goes, but you still want to add something new and something interesting. And that's just where these guys live. They live in that checkpoint list of just getting everything right, hitting all of the buttons, you know? I'm already singing the chorus. Nice. Come on. Okay, I have no idea what this concept is, but I like it.
6 feet deep, I'll be seeing you underground.
Wait, is that a set? Oh, yeah. A little bit of Stranger Things happening. I like it. Oh. Okay, I need someone to tell me what the keep me fed allegory thing is. Very cool. Right, so I mean, look, that's exactly what I needed. I needed to sort of to react to something that was going to just change gears a little bit with the channel. I just wanted something that was punchy and exciting, and just, you know, the warning has this way of making me fall in love with rock again, you know, because this channel goes in a million different directions. You know, one week I'll be doing Dimash, and then I'll be doing some adult contemporary female singer-songwriter, and then I'll be doing some metalcore, and then I'll be doing something else. But there's just nothing that's, you know, that just fits. Like, there's a space in my soul that just is for old school rock and roll, you know? Growing up listening to a lot of bands from the 60s, late 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, all those rock bands and rock metal, that sort of thing. To me, it's just so grounding because it's familiar. It's one of those things that sort of, it's not super challenging. Then there's never often people pushing the limits of the genre to the point where, like, the things they're doing with metalcore and stuff right now, where they're adding heaps of synth elements and heaps of proggy stuff and electronica and all that sort of stuff. But if you did, it wouldn't truly be classic rock inspired, right? It would be too different, and it would be something other than that. And so, you know, the Warning know their lane and they know what they like. And you can tell there's so much joy in what they're doing. They're not writing music for the people. They're writing rock songs that they love to just play, right? And, you know, from the little bit I've gleaned of some of their more recent live performances here and there, they love playing these songs. And that's what it's all about, man, because it transfers to the audience. The excitement and the energy that they're putting out there, it's not performative. You can sense, you know, that they're experiencing the joy of delivering the music as much as we are absorbing it. And I think a lot of artists forget that. You know, I think it's one of those things that's sort of lost in a lot of performers. Off topic, but I'm currently reading a book called Not For You, which is about, like, the, you know, the rise and rise of Pearl Jam. Written, it's almost like an unauthorized biography, but he talks a lot about some highs and lows. The author writes a lot about some career highs and lows of particular things, like festival shows and things where things have gone wrong and things got dangerous. But also a lot of really incredible live performances that just go down in history among fans as being, you know, the one you should have been at, you know? And that only happens in a world where the artist is just in a flow state and the audience is accepting that and it just becomes this heightened experience. You might have seen the band 5 times, but you've never witnessed this, you know? And I think that's kind of the area that The Warning live in, because I feel like that's the kind of music that they write is stuff that's going to connect with an audience on some sort of a tribal level, on some sort of like a instinctual sort of, you know, stomping the ground, jumping around kind of energy that is in some genres just doesn't really exist, you know? But look, man, the future of rock and roll is in safe hands. That's all I can say. Let me know in the comments how they're doing, like what's been happening in the world of The Warning, because I'm genuinely curious about these guys, and I do like to follow them with what little spare time I have, you know, to check out different artists and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what's something I should check out. What's some performances that have, you know, become instant classics and things, you know, live performances and whatnot. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Thanks again for checking in, guys. This was amazing. Thank you if you've made it this long. I know some of you are dyed-in-the-wool Warning fans who would sit through anything, and I appreciate you. If you feel like supporting the channel, feel free to just buy me a coffee. I'll leave a link in the description. Or, you know, like, share, follow, subscribe. If there's any groups you want to share this in, feel free. Anyone who can get eyes on this, it really does help support the channel. And so many of you aren't subscribed. If you could just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, it'll make it so much easier for me to reach out with other videos in the future. Thanks again, guys. Stay primal, and I'll catch you on the next one.